Hey everyone, it's Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be reading some of the oldest books on my TBR. I'm going to be picking 3 of them. I did not let myself go past the year 2016 because there are a lot of books that I shelved in 2015 and 2016 to choose from. And I felt like if I let myself go past that, then I would just be missing the point of the video. So, the first book I will be reading is Dorothy Must Die by Daniela Page. I shelved this in 2015. We'll see. Then I'm going to be reading The Iron King by Julie Kagawa, which are also shelved in 2015. And then finally I'm going to be reading The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, which I also shelved in 2015. So those are the 3 that I have picked out for this video, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, first one up, Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. This has been on my list since April 2014, so this is an old one. One of the oldest books that's on my TBR, and I've owned it for God knows how long. It's probably one of the first books I bought when I got into reading and started buying books for myself and collecting them, so this one has been wanting to be read for a while. I'm going to read it in this video. We'll see how it goes. My tastes have changed, so I don't know. My prediction is that I'm gonna like it. I think I am. I kind of read the synopsis again, read a bit of the first page, and then read the back. I don't know, the back is intriguing to me. I like retellings. I obviously like the story of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, and this is not my first Dorothy Wizard of Oz retelling, obviously. Like, I've seen Wicked, I've seen Oz the Great and Powerful, so I'm kind of excited to see this retelling. And I've just kind of been wanting to pick it up, so when choosing the books that I was going to read for this video, this is kind of one that stuck out to me, which obviously it has not stuck out to me for 5 years because I've owned it for 5 years, so I'm optimistic. I'm gonna put it at a 3 or 4 stars. I think I'm gonna really enjoy this one. I am going to be surprised if I don't, so fingers crossed. Hopefully it's good. It's very pretty, so I'm really hoping I like it because I don't want to have it on the whole lid, so here we go. We're working our way through my backlog of books right now. Hey everyone, so just a little update. I am about 50% of the way through Dorothy Must Die, and I am sorry to say that I am DNFing it. The time has come. I'm so sorry, but I absolutely hate this book. It is so bad. It's so tropey, and not in a good way, not the good kind of tropes. This book invented I am not like other girls, and I do realize that this book came out many years ago, and if I had read it when I originally shelved it, which I believe was 2015, 2014, I may have loved it. I don't know. But now I'm 21 and this is not my jam anymore, so I will be DNFing it, and I will also be unhauling it, which is kind of exciting because I like having an excuse to make more room on my shelves. I mean, who doesn't? So that is my little update for this book. I guess this is how this video is gonna go. I don't know. I'm still optimistic that I'm gonna like some of them, but I think I'm learning that my reading tastes have really changed. And I also started The Iron King, which is the first one in the Iron Fae. I think it's a trilogy, I don't know, by Julie Kagawa. I think I'm saying that right. This book I originally shelved as one to read on March 6th, 2015. I am about 47% through it. I have it on ebook. Yeah, this one I'm actually really liking. It's like a Midsummer Night's Dream retelling, sort of. Obviously about Faye, where she's the daughter of King Oberon, I think I'm saying that right, from the Midsummer Night's Dream, and then Puck is also in it from Midsummer Night's Dream. He makes an appearance, and then Queen Titania is in it, and basically she journeys to this very Midsummer Night's Dream world to save her brother, who has been stolen and replaced by a changeling, and then she discovers that she's actually half fae. So it's cool. I like books like this, obviously. I'm a big fantasy person, I'm a big retelling person, and I like the journey and seeing this world. And I just read A Midsummer Night's Dream last year. I guess everything's last year now, but my spring semester of my junior year for school, because I took a Shakespeare class. So I feel like this is actually the perfect time for me to read this book because I can kind of appreciate the retellingness of it more because I've read the original material that it comes from. Enjoying this one so far. I am really excited to continue it, and yeah, I'm optimistic about this one. I think this might turn this video around. Okay, so book number 2 for this video. I finished The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. This is the first one in the Iron Fae. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It was just okay for me. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, and I didn't find myself like really needing to pick it up, if that makes sense. Like when I put it down, I was fine leaving it down. It was definitely cool to read a fantasy series with like the Midsummer Night's Dream elements and world. I don't know how to describe my feelings on this book. I liked the main character, but she was annoying at points, but I felt like her motivation made sense. Like she was trying to save her brother, and that is a relatable motivation, and also made me like her character. But then they did this weird kind of like love triangle-esque thing between like Megan, Puck, and Ash, and I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the character of Puck, which is so disappointing because I love him in the Midsummer Night's Dream play, but in this book I like kind of hated him, which was really discouraging for me. And then I liked the relationship between Megan and Ash because it was like a enemies to lovers, hate to love thing, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. Like, this is gonna, I knew it was a series, so I was like, this is gonna take a few books for them to like get together, and I could see like maybe this is why everyone loves the series so much, is because like I love a good enemies to lovers, like slow burn as much as the next girl. But then they like solve their differences and get together in the first book, which didn't make any sense to me. The fact that they wrapped that up so fast, and they also wrapped up the villain so fast, and yes, they did set up another villain, but there's like no storylines that make me want to continue with the series, so I honestly don't think I will continue with the series. Next book is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is the 3rd and final book I will be reading for this video. I was gonna read 5, but for my own sanity, I'm gonna stop at 3 because all I know is pain. Apparently past me had no taste. No, that's not fair. Some of these books, I think if I would have read them like in 2015 when they were all put on my TBR, I think I probably really would have liked them. I just think my reading tastes have really changed. But this book, it is a love triangle, kind of, which I'm a little iffy about, but the thing that is intriguing about this book is that there is a princess and she runs away, and then there is the prince she was supposed to marry and an assassin. And it's told with like dueling perspectives, but you don't know who's the assassin and who's the prince. So you kind of have to guess through the whole book. So you're like, ooh, which one is this? And they give you like little hints, so it's like kind of a mystery, which is kind of fun. So I have started it. I am about halfway through. I think I'm like 44%. I got it on audiobook because I like to listen to an audiobook sometimes before I go to sleep. I really like Caden, but she seems to like Wraith better. I don't know which one is which. I think Caden is the prince and Wraith is the assassin, but all the reviews I've read said that everyone who tried to guess was wrong. Whatever guy she chooses is gonna be the assassin, and then he's gonna have a change of heart and be like, I don't want to kill you anymore, I can't, I love you, you know? That's what I think. And it is a series, so I'm like, if she like falls in love with the prince and then marries the prince and then just like falls back into her life, would that be too simple? I don't know. I did it. I finally finished The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, and in doing that, I finally finished this video. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but I couldn't rate it any higher than 3 stars because I wasn't like wanting to pick it up when I put it down. But then once I picked it up, I enjoyed it. I don't know if that was like partly because I listened to it on audiobook and I just tend to like sometimes zone out a little bit more. The fake voices they would do for like some of the characters, I just couldn't take seriously, so I honestly think that the audiobook experience for this kind of took away from it a little bit, because when I read it physically, I enjoyed it a lot more. Brief spoilers, so if you haven't read this book and you don't want to be spoiled on it, then just skip ahead like, I don't know, a minute or two, because I'm not going to talk about it that much. I'm just going to say whether I was right or wrong about what I predicted, so, you know. Spoiler warning enacted right now, so for those of you who are still here, I was wrong. I guessed wrong, but I'm actually kind of happy that I guessed wrong because I wanted her to end up with the prince, not the assassin, because I just felt like that was kind of cliche, and then she did end up with the prince. I just thought the prince was Caden and the assassin was Rafe, but because Caden's more of a princey name, I know that's kind of a stupid reason, but it turns out the assassin is Caden and the prince is Rafe, and Rafe isn't even his real name, it's just part of his really long name, so that totally makes sense. So the author did a really good job actually tricking me and misleading you, and I really like when books do that, so I did really appreciate this aspect of the book. I loved that I was wrong, honestly. Okay, so spoiler warning is over now, so welcome back if you have returned. My overall thoughts about this video was that all I know was pain. It was quite painful. We had one DNF with Dorothy Must Die, so that was obviously the worst book I read. Then I would honestly say that I would rank them in the order that I read them, like from worst to best. Like Dorothy Must Die was the worst. It was absolutely awful, and I unhauled it. That's how much I hated it. And then The Iron King was okay, but I really kind of thought it was nothing special, I gotta be honest. And then I would say, even though I rated both those books 3 stars, I would say that The Kiss of Deception would have been my favorite one out of the ones that I read for this video. That being said, none of them are making like my favorites list for 2022. I think there's definitely a reason why I procrastinated reading them for so long, and I would say overall this video taught me that I have grown out of my old reading tastes. My reading taste buds have definitely changed, and I think I feel more justified now in the fact that I have unhauled some books that have been on my shelves for many years that I was never going to read, because I think sometimes when you unhaul stuff you're like, oh well, like what if I read it and I really like it? But honestly, this video has taught me that all of the books that I have not gravitated towards and not picked up for many years and that I've been iffy about, my feelings were kind of right on them, because I picked them up and I was still, they were just 3-star reads for me and were kind of iffy, and I could have gone without. I'm not mad, except Dorothy Must Die. That one I'm mad that I even read it, but the other two I'm not mad that I read them. Like, they were fine, but I wouldn't be upset if I never read them. That's what it taught me. So yeah, overall this video was still an interesting experience. I don't know if I'd say a fun experience, because I really was slugging through all of the books that I read for this video. Like, it was kind of painful. All I know is pain. I'm glad that I have finished with this, but I hope that this was an enjoyable experience for you to watch. I really like watching videos like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of any of these books if you have read them. I would love to know, and let me know what some of the oldest books on your TBR are. TBR sounded weird. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below, and be sure to subscribe for more content. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Slowly kisses passing by the river. I've been missing your strawberry kiss.